Hello friends, so we are ready to start with Kashida once again today. So we're going to start with herringbone. The herringbone stitch is known so because it resembles the bones of the fish herring. In Hindi it is known as machli kanta stitch or the machi kanta in Punjabi. Hello everyone. So now today we are going to start with the second stitch of the Kashmiri embroidery, and this is called as the herringbone stitch. This stitch is also called as the catch stitch, mosul stitch, Persian stitch, plaited stitch, Russian cross stitch, and the witch stitch. I have made a graph over here so that you can follow the steps. So we move from A to B and take a diagonal stitch. After that, we take a straight stitch backwards from B to C. Can you see this? A to B. This is the similar diagonal. And now we move on to D and take a backward stitch and take it out from point E. Now you can see that B has E exactly on top of it and D is a little ahead. So when we pull this out, you will see another diagonal line. Now we take out another stitch, and here we have to see, as you would see, that AB has EF exactly diagonally parallel to it. Similarly, EF has the next line parallel to it. In this direction also, the lines are absolutely parallel to each other. So we move on to F and take out the stitch from G, and then move on to our next stitch. You can see that these two lines are absolutely parallel, and we move on to H and take it out from I. So this is how we keep on moving consecutively, and the next stitch would again be parallel. In the exact size, well, I've made the 2 rows of the stem stitch which I taught you earlier. So this filling stitch, as it is generally called, is used to fill this particular space. So here we go, and take a diagonal stitch, take it backwards. Now take another stitch, go backwards. Here you can see that the thread is always in front of your working area. Here again we go back, and here an absolutely diagonal line which is going back. Kashmiri Kashida stitch is generally done with a single strand of thread, but for beginners it is advisable to use at least 2 strands, because then working. As we've finished filling this area, now is the time to close the work of this machi kanta or fishbone stitch. So like I told you, for the earlier stitch, we again make the loop, tighten it, make another loop, lock it, and then, as we had done earlier, we will move from these dotted opposite running parallel lines, which is an indication that it has been correctly done. So we move from one side to the other. This is how we move, and then we clip it close to the work, and it is done.